They gonna stop playing with us. You gotta be like, I got a jam before I sit down. I said, I had to come on tonight, family. With these hair companies, it's not enough. It's not enough to just stop wearing it. You gotta speak out. I feel like these hair companies with stuff like that is like the simplest project with our brothers back in the day. It went from relaxers to sanitary pads. Now it's synthetic braiding hair. Who they after? They after us. And they got us by the snare of vanity. Brothers and sisters, young and old, near and far, we are no longer going to be their BITCHs out here. They're going to stop playing with us. It ain't even, I wouldn't even recommend burning the hair, like as in a way, as I saw a sister burning the hair, because the chemicals burnt probably do even more harm. I started off this week by returning some hair, some synthetic braiding hair. Cause see, I don't have a problem rocking my own. Oh no, I don't have a problem. Not only do I not have a problem, but I think it's important that you literally have a full-on encounter of self-love and self-evaluation with your hair. Like, it's living. It's like a plant. If we're gonna allow these companies to profit off of killing us, if we're going to pay for our death by buying this synthetic hair, then we're telling them we don't deserve no respect. I'm hearing a lot of sisters saying, I'm gonna just dip it in some apple cider vinegar. It's gonna be okay. What am I doing? Ellie, how you doing? I'm speaking out today against the companies that are trying to kill us at our own cost, at our own expense. They want us to pay for our demise. All I'm asking is for a little bit of respect, like Aretha said. That's all I'm asking is for a little respect. We have to, let me tell y'all sisters something. If you've ever had your hair braided with synthetic hair, because all of these ministers have choked. If you've ever had a relaxer, if it's a relaxer, chances are it's a perm. And some people get curly perms. Guess what? Now I see why the Most High had me terminated early from hair school and cosmetology school. It was for my own good. See, a lot of the thing, being a hairstylist, that has been my hot side hustle for almost the majority of my life as a teenager coming up. Okay, I probably couldn't keep a 9 to 5, but I could keep clients. Being exposed to the chemicals, like when you go into a nail salon, you will see them having masks on. So even being under the UV rays is taking risks to our health. Hairstyles such as braiding, relaxing, curly perms, things that take chemicals and then heat. Not only that, but it costs money, it takes time, it causes you to be continual. Like if you go this every other week, or if you mess up, you could ruin your hair texture, or you could literally go bald. I'm sending out a warning of caution to anybody who wants to live in endure and persevere and make it through this chemical warfare. We're hearing about China and Trump talking about tariffs and all these things. And so there's war going on all around us on all kinds of level. We're dealing with an economic war crisis with being fraudulently charged more for eggs, for crying out loud. Thank you so much, Shania Williams. Welcome. I hope I'm talking to sisters. If you have never had relaxers, you never had a curly perm, if you've never done synthetic hair, praise the Father. And also human hair as well. Human hair, such as in bundles. This is hair being shaved from women of cultures that serve other gods and deities, and they are going through ritual acts or whatever they're doing, and they're giving that hair over. And the daughters of Zion in the Americas and in the islands and from sea to shining daggone sea are buying this hair, and it's not cheap. And it says Brazilian hair. That's the first thing that used to get me. The first time when it hit the market, it was called Indian hair. When them bundles first hit the market, it was called Indian hair. And the Indian hair used to come off like really dry and like dead. You could see how dead it was. And then next thing you know, Brazilian hair hit the market. And I started saying to myself, I don't think no beautiful Brazilian women is going to be cutting their hair unless they are being captured and tortured or it's children. I said, well, if there's so much, all this Brazilian hair on the market, where is these Brazilian women that's hair's chopped? I don't know. But I just started putting two and two together. And then I found a documentary series on, or a video about stating how the hair, and even it was I think it was Good Hair versus Bad Hair, something that Chris Rock did a video or documentary or movie on. And I saw how they were talking about these women were sacrificing the hair to these gods and giving this hair over. And it's like, to take their hair that they sacrificed, it's like nobody ain't gonna tell me I'm lying. When we get our hair done, there's like another spirit that comes upon us that you can't tell us nothing. The same spirit mentioned in Isaiah 3 that the Most High struck the heads of the daughters of Zion. When he struck our heads, he made our hair, he basically made us bald, struck the crowns of the daughters of Zion, made us bald, and also gave us stink and just basically caused shame where there was haughtiness and pride. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm going to read it to you. So it's like this. Say you put somebody in timeout, your child in timeout. You take their phone or you take something from them. They go around you and they get their sibling's phone or they get a friend's phone and do something basically, in other words to you, like, you ain't stopping me none. Well, when the Most High struck our head, the daughters of Zion, and gave us baldness and scabs, that was to bring forth a broken and a contriteness and humility. But instead, the other nations who knew who we were, who knew of the consequences of the status of the current situation that we're in, they thought upon themselves, upon their Confederate Union, to make a profit off of our sin. This is something we cannot take light of. Buying the hair, which is expensive, putting it upon our heads, buying the hair, the installs for the client and for the stylist is both a service in the eyes of the Father, vanity, rebellion, and a snare and a plague and possibly a curse unto us. We've got to get to the place where we're tired of supporting our destruction and other nations profiting off of our downfall. You can see, do we know what deliverance looks like? Deliverance, salvation, healing. I'm recognizing it by how the Most High not requesting us to get out of these things, but showing us, okay, if you continue to put this upon your crown, you're going to get a health risk. You possibly can die. Or if you continue to disregard the requirement of the daughters of Zion, to be modest, and you want to go out your way with this lavishness of eyelashes. How many times you see girls on the TikToks or on the internet and they're literally having eye infections breaking out from just keeping them on too long, or the lash, chemicals or the tools being dirty, bacteria. Oh, I'm getting sick thinking about it. Even the chemicals of us getting our nails done. It's at a point, brothers and sisters, that we've got to take a grip and a sincere evaluation and say, Abba, these things we know makes us feel good. It makes us feel dolly. It makes us feel gorgeous. But the point of the matter is this. The end of all age is at hand. When the Messiah came on the earth, he said the kingdom is at hand. We're looking at now the end of all ages at hand. The end of all flesh. So you know what it's time to do? It's time to start unpacking the cares of this world from ourselves, or unpacking the bond that we have with vanity, with materialism, which is rooted from covetousness. It's covetousness. When you really look at the laws of the Most High, it's bigger than just what it looked like. It's deeper than that. I'm really beginning to see that. Hold up. Something going on with my son. Hold on. Let me check on my son. All right. I'm back. So yeah, family, I didn't want to be before y'all too long. It's just what I wanted to make very clear is that just like the Most High, before we got out of Egypt, the Most High wanted Moses to express to Pharaoh that our letting us go was based upon us serving the Most High. We cannot come out of Babylon, which is a mindset of a system of service and worship and a way of life that is not according to the word of the Most High. It does not matter where you are on this earth. Babylon's ways of life happens. Her arms are not slack. They're there. There are people who feel like if I leave America, it's going to be less as of a problem. But you guess what, beloved? The scripture says, yeah, it may be a lot more easier breathing, and it can be healthy. I believe going to what they would call the motherland is beneficial. You have, vegetables and fruits that you can, like trees in the backyard, and it's just fresh air and things like that. But We're still in the kingdom. This on this earth, the kingdom of darkness still rules. So I want our brothers and sisters to know, no matter where you are, if this mindset is not where it needs to be, your move is in vain. And if where you go, you have to still, and everywhere you go, trust the Most High. Abraham, our forefather, had to trust the Most High in the land of the Chaldeans and also in the land of the Canaanites that he sojourned. Just a second. I told you come down and get it. Now, do you want chili on it or no? Calm down and don't give me your attitude. You understand? I'm not playing with you. Hold your peace. No. What you say? You want chili? Huh? Don't make me say anything so loud. Where are the rolls at? Sure. Oh, here they are. I found them. All right, I need to get to Isaiah 3. But that's what needs to be read. Because I don't know if everybody, well, it's just there. If everybody watching this video as we speak, if you're even aware of the consequence the Most High put on the daughters of Zion. You can look around and see who the daughters of Zion are. Who, once they get their hair done, I'm sorry, once we get our hair done, it's a whole nother attitude. It's a whole nother disposition. And I saw something recently that a young lady got her hair done and the stylist dragged her because she was under the assumption that the young lady did not pay her. And she had already charged the young lady's card. And then the young lady, unbeknownst to her, knowing she was charged, was under the impression that she did not pay. So she went ahead and tried to pay the Cash App, but she sent it to the wrong one. And that sent it to the wrong one actually was the father, like, preserving her because she had already been charged. But yet, once the lady, the stylist, after dragging her and treating her less than an animal, being inhumane, okay, she said, stay right here on the ground, and you're lucky I didn't beat your A, whatever like that. And I don't know what that stylist has gone through before with other clients that could have possibly tried not to pay her, but the girl never said a word back to her. When she dragged her, after she got off the floor, she's on the phone with her brother. You could tell she's walking back and forth. She's completely ashamed. This is a generation that is not ashamed of anything, but offended by everything. They do not mind blasting you and destroying your reputation, destroying your name, all from a camera of an incident. One issue or one situation could cause a person's life. All I'm gonna say is it's really sad. It's really sad how it's not just vanity that comes from the field of cosmetology, but it's also an air of envy, jealousy, like contention and things of that such. Let me call my daughter real quick. Hold on. Hey, sweetheart, what's going on up there? Why's she barking? Oh, okay. If there's any issue, give me a call and I'll be up there. All right, love you. Bye. Isaiah chapter 3. For behold, the Most High of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet. These things the scripture is identifying to us by the mouth of Isaiah the prophet is such as the prophets, the judge, the bread, the staff. These are all what you would say the adorning of the Mount Zion. This is the beauty of Mount Zion that is mentioned in the book of Psalms. Okay, so the Most High is saying, before, not only did he take away from the daughters of Zion, but he also took away the beauty of the nation. See, a lot of times people will read this scripture and think it's just the daughters of Zion he struck. No, he struck the whole nation because there was an air and a prideness. See, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what nation you are. The Father cannot stand pride. Once a nation, and I was doing a study on that too. I'm gonna work on that for the Shabbat. It's gonna be a beautiful study. Basically talking about the spirit that's operating in Trump right now. But anywho, once the spirit of pride takes hold of a nation, a people, a family, a sudden pending judgment of the Most High's destruction is at hand. The captain of 50 and the honorable man and the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. We know that babies and princes is what you would say underneath a king, which is not fully qualified. A babe is one that is unlearned, that is not structured, as in just the understanding of a baby in rulership is just disorderly. Shall rule over, and the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. When a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, Thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. And that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Most High, to provoke the eyes of his glory. This is a sad thing today. We can see that what has been said by the prophets of old concerning our nation can still be said even the more about our nation today. It is not just the heathen nations that the Father has indignation against or have wrath prepared up and stored up for. Because if we look at Jeremiah 30, he says, though I make a full end of all nations, I will not leave you altogether unpunished, but I will deal with you in measure. So all the nations of the earth as we speak right now have gone away from the Most High. And only the remnant of those who take heed and are alert and spiritually aware of the Most High is giving us information. He's allowing this information and wisdom to be our way of escape. As the word says, he will give us a way of escape. If you're being told now, which is according to the calendar, 2025, that synthetic hair is causing cancer, that relaxers is causing cancer, which would also be curly perms, which also is these sanitary pads. If these items are marketed towards women who birth, what does that tell you? There is an agenda on high to cause the very beings that cause life to be wiped out, so that the manufacturing of life in the way the Father designed it can no longer be, while we have Elon Musk out here making machines that can hold babies. They can make your baby, basically artificial intelligence surrogates out here. We always see back in the days on cartoons, you got that scientist that's basically wanting to take over the world. It was with Pinky and the Brain. It was with Phineas and Ferb. It was with different cartoons. That these scientists are wicked men coming up with inventions to destroy. Why is there strife? I hear y'all arguing. What? Hey, listen to me, Zon. I'm not for that nonsense tonight. I'm dead serious. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I'll be with y'all some other time. I gotta do it for my children, my household.